Hey, my cat loving friends, welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. I am so geeked up. We have one of my favorite human beings today. She is an actress. I had to write this down. She's an actress and a comedian and a singer and an author and a designer. And she uses her starlight and her celebrity to shine and bring attention to things that need attention to. And of course, she's a pet lover. So we have to listen to a word from our sponsored ad. And then as soon as we get back, we will introduce you to Margaret. We'll be right back. Welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. I am your co-host, Linda Hall, here with my BFF, Rita Reimers. How are you, Rita?
I'm here and I am also geeked out. I'm so excited. Let's just, what else does Margaret do? I mean, what doesn't she do, right?
She does everything. And what I like the best, you and I have had many experiences with celebrities. It takes a lot to make us fangirl.
It does.
But not only is she multi-talented and a quintuple threat here, but like I said, she uses her star power to shine, to promote for body image and racial equality and LGBTQ. And what else, Margaret? What else are you doing these days? Building houses?
I like to listen to your show. And then usually when you do the break, it's Molly Zeus. It's that ad. It's always the Pet Life treat tray, the treat tray.
Yes.
The beautiful wrought iron treat tray. But but I'm just here to service the cats and the dog. The dog.
Linda also has a Chihuahua.
I have a Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is much older and she's getting a little chunky, but we all hit that age. So, we don't body shame here, but she could be a younger version of my Sadie.
This is Lucia Caterina. She just turned 3.
Lucia.
And she loves to be a cat lady too. She's like basically, I feel like I'm like both of you. I have cat litter permanently embedded in my feet.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you wipe them off before you get into bed? Like you sit on the edge of the bed and you wipe the
I do
off
that.
and then you put your feet in. This is my nightly routine.
Sometimes, but then usually like the cats always like track litter into the bed too. So the bed is always full of cat litter, which I don't really care. I just like brush it off. It's not a big deal to me.
Right.
We're not Princess and the Pea. Yeah.
No, and it's totally fine. I mean, I love everything about them and it doesn't matter, but it's very it's funny because I used to get really like anxious because I have hardwood floors and I was like anxious about stuff on the floor. But now with 3 cats, you can't do anything. So it doesn't matter.
No, have somebody put the little coating.
Oh, here comes Dexter.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it
the
makes
eyes.
an appearance on everything we tape.
If the camera is on, Dexter shows up. He desperately wants to move to LA and become a spokes cat for someone. But
I lived in LA. I'm not going back. So sorry.
It's a nice place to visit, but I can't afford and would die driving in the traffic to live there. So
but there's lots of cats. I mean, what is so fun is now I have cats that all the cats seem to want to come over. Like all the community cats want to come to my house,
right?
Because there's a bunch of bird feeders outside. Because I'm into like feeding the birds, the wild birds that come through, and so there's so many birds that all the cats want to come over. And so, I mean, my cats have a catio. So there's hummingbirds in the back so they can watch them.
I love it.
And then sort of like wild songbirds in the front to watch them. And all the community cats come in and they want to like sit in the yard and watch all the birds.
I think I just saw one of your cats jump in the window.
Yes.
I see the reflection.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can.
It's paradise.
Can you see her?
Oh, look. And you got a cat
Sarang.
right there.
Yeah, they're like the suction cup to the every window, but there's also UV screening on the window because these are hairless cats, so they're Sphinx cats.
Right.
So they can't really have any kind of sunscreen. So I get worried. So I put UV screening on the windows and I put kind of a big UV screen outside on their catio because they love to sunbathe.
Of course. Yes. You're such a good cat mom. We always tell in our behavior sessions, like put cat trees by the window. If you can put a bird feeder up, we don't need to tell you anything. You got it.
Well, then I put cat TV on, like YouTube has all those like long cat videos.
Yes.
And so they'll watch that and they'll really charge at the cats on the TV, but not outside. Yeah. Even like the hummingbird feeder the hummingbirds maybe 3 inches from their little cat face, but they don't charge at them or in the windows. But on TV, they'll like jump almost right into the TV.
They don't see one do that. Yeah, I'm fine if I do relax my cat because it's all birds and fish. But I tried another one day, and there was like, I don't know, groundhog or something, and a cat went flying through the air.
Yes, they really like the squirrels. They really jump to the TV, and so in front of my TV, I want to show off these like cat things.
What a beautiful home.
I know. I love the woodwork.
Gorgeous.
I love art.
It's fun. So they have their little cat pagoda there, and another tree, and they have these little peaches and the garlic.
Yeah.
So they fight over that. They like that a lot. And then this, the little like cat, that's Uju's space. He really likes to like lay in there. Yeah. It's like very 70s. And they're like cat toy. So this is the TV. And so they have like a little cat, like they have a cat is like sushi bar, izakaya, and then like a Chinese castle, and then a Mount Fuji. And then they'll stand on these and jump up to the TV and try to go in there.
How many kitties do you have, Margaret? I knew you had this 2 Sphinx, but then I saw this other one on your Facebook.
Yes, that's Uju. He's a Laikoi. So they're like this kind of a new breed. They're the werewolf cats.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about this. Tell me why a werewolf?
I sent you a photo, Linda. Look on your phone.
They're sort of like a half, they lose half of their hair sometimes. Sometimes they can be completely hairless. And they were discovered by these veterinarians. They occur naturally in colonies of feral cats. Every several thousand, there's one Laikoi. So it's a naturally kind of occurring kind of aberration. Yeah. But they're really special. So he's the only boy in the house. His name is Uju. And he is really a fancy boy. And he kind of ignores me all day. He's kind of an F-boy. Yeah. Because he ignores me all day. And then at night, almost on the dot at midnight, he comes into bed and then he lays on me all night.
He just
stares into my face. all night, stares into my face and then sleeps with his face on my cheek and on my neck all night. And then as soon as we wake up, he's gone.
That's
and
funny.
Ignores me all day.
You're right. He just wants to get in your bed. That's all he wants.
That's all he cares about. It's like, if I could get a text from him, it would be, what you doing? WYD at 1 a.m. every night. But it's very, it's interesting, but they get along very well. But yesterday I got these, they get along so well.
Good.
But then yesterday I got catnip beds. So there are beds that are like, I think there's catnip, I don't know, in them, were they impregnated with some sort of catnip? They were new. Right. I pulled them out and there was a fight.
Wow.
There was actually an argument and Sarang popped Uju with both her paws like on the head, like that. And they were like fighting over it. So I actually had to put them away because they kind of didn't come down off the fight for maybe half an hour. Mm-hmm. So it was like the resource guarding, because I really tried to not give them catnip too much, because I don't want them to because they're all really affected by catnip. So I don't want them to get too used to it.
Yeah. That's my next article in Catster about resource guarding.
Yeah. But they fought over these beds. And so I put them away. I mean, do you recommend that, like, to put away catnip?
Yeah. Especially, unless you have enough for everybody. I ordered a toy. I was getting something from the Two Crazy Cat Ladies and let's throw a toy. It's like when you're going through the checkout and you throw in that candy bar and stuff, and it had Silvervine in it. None of my cats had ever seen Silvervine. It's stronger than catnip. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden somebody comes flying in and is ready for war. Like, that's my drugs, we had to have the drug talk. Fried egg. This is your.
I leared it from you. Yeah. This is your brain on catnip. This is your brain on Silvervine. This is your brain on Matarabi.
Yes, 100%. And
I have to put those away.
If you cannot use responsibly, you can't use.
How do you keep the 18 cats from like arguing over the catnip? You just give it to them all at once, or
there's some of them that don't like it, but I used to get the cat lady box, and there's always 2 toys in there, so I save them up, and when I have about 8 of them, I throw them all out, and then the cats that like the catnip will go, and they'll share, they'll fight a little bit, not bad. My 18 are used to. I don't take it anymore. I'm done. 20 is my max, but they're used to other cats coming in and out, so they don't even get upset when a new cat comes in anymore. They don't care.
oh,
I don't put it out unless there's enough for all of them, right? Like you wouldn't come home to your 3 children and go, look, I bought you 1 toy. That's gonna lead to a fight, honey. So, I've done the human and the fur children, and there are a lot of similarities, let me tell you.
Don't you have 5?
I have 11 cats.
Oh, you have 11. That's because your daughter's cats, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
Wow,
Okay.
do
I have to tell you.
Yes.
So we wrote in, and your PR person wrote back and said, Margaret loves your show. And I was like, he's just saying that. Shut up. You really do listen to us.
I do. I really listen, and I love it because I think it's important because people have so many misconceptions about what cats are about and what they like, and how much they really need us. I think I really didn't understand because I've been rescuing dogs for about 30 years.
Wow.
So I know everything there is to know about dogs, but these are my first cats I've ever had. And I always heard, oh, you can get 1 cat, you can leave it forever. You don't need to work. And it's like, that's not true at all.
No,
they really need you.
Oh, yeah.
What got you started on cats, Margaret?
Well, I was very interested. I've always loved cats. And then but I was always traveling. So I thought, well, I don't know. And then the pandemic happened. And then I heard about these 2 cats. So one of them is deaf and the other one, so it's from a breeder. So the breeder and I made a deal. So I rescued the deaf one, but then I had to purchase her sister, who is like
Which
her.
is good.
So it's not really a rescue, but it is sort of a soft rescue situation.
Yeah,
I was kind of like, because I wanted to rescue cats, but then this sort of came up and I thought, well, I'll deal with this. And I never had cats before. So I thought, well, the hearing cat will help me with the deaf cat. And the deaf cat, her name is Sacré-Cœur Saudade. So her name means a sacred heart of the unnameable beauty of longing.
Oh, I love that.
But I never say her name because she's deaf, so she can't hear it. But her sister's name is Sarang Johnchild. So Sarang is love in Korean. So love is really like her caretaker because Sacré-Cœur will just jump off anything. She's so brave. She's never really known fear. She's just not like a cat. She's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Just doesn't hear, so she doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sarang keeps her in line. So they've helped me a lot together. And then
Nice.
since we're all girls, we thought we needed a boy. And so Uju came into the picture. So now there's 4 of us. Yeah.
When did you add Uju to the household? And how did that go with the dog?
Uju came in August. And actually the dog has been Lucia is very patient. And because Lucia gets to go out with me. So we leave the house together and come back together. So there's something about that Lucia has a kind of confidence that I get to go in the car. So
yeah, I've got my special place with mom. Right. I'm not worried about you.
I'm fine because I get to go in the car. And also in the backyard, Lucia has a run of the backyard where the cats only go in the catio.
Yeah.
So there's a kind of, I don't know, she walks around with a little bit more like space in her heart for like, the cats. And then the cats love their catio. They don't even go in the other door that leads to just the direct backyard. They're not door dashers, which is good.
Wonderful.
Good. Like we don't go out there. We only go in this part.
Okay.
Where it's clean and, up to our standards.
It's a mid-century catio. It spans half of my yard and it makes me feel very safe. I don't let them go out there by themselves. I'm always out in the yard with them just in case because you never know.
I know.
But the community cats seem to want to come in too, because sometimes I've been cleaning their litter box and it's out in the yard and there'll be like a poo in there. I'm like, who did this? It wasn't me.
This was not right.
Well, there's a lot of coyotes in LA too.
Right.
So you have to be careful about that. I know I lived there for 10 years and one of my cats got out by accident one day. It was Smokey and I was just paranoid. I had to get him in as fast as possible.
It's so scary because there's cats out here. Like, I don't know why. Like, there's a lot of community cats, but they seem to be okay, even though there's coyotes, there's bears that you can see sometimes on like the next door thing. Especially during the drought, a lot of the animals come down from the mountains, from the Angeles National Forest looking for water and food.
Yeah.
So, there's also birds of prey. So I have a hawk nest above the catios just in case too.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but it's worth it because they're my precious children.
Exactly. Yes, without a doubt. And if we're going to take them on, we owe it to them to give them the best we can give them, right?
Yes. But I'm ready for more. I think that 11 and 19 are.
Yeah.
We have to take a really quick break, but when we come back, let's talk about you being ready for more. We'll be right back. And we are 19 Cats and Counting with the awesome Margaret Cho and my dazzling co-host Linda Hall. We were just about to talk about you're ready for more. You're ready for more cats, Margaret?
I think so. I mean, I feel like I have enough resources where there's 9 litter boxes and I think there's like 30 something cat beds.
Wow, you're ready.
9 cat trees in the windows. I feel like there could be either an aging cat situation or a rescue cat situation. I definitely feel like there's room. But how do you introduce whenever you get a new one, how do you introduce them to the big crew?
I always start mine in a separate room. I have a guest room up here, or if I bring in 2 at once, which I've done, I do it in my great room and I let them get comfortable first and used to me and used to the surroundings so that they have some confidence built.
And the smells.
And the smells. I'll do scent swapping between them. And then I'll open the door and I have certain cats that will come up, like my Simon. He'll come up and he's the initial greeter. He's a very sweet, friendly cat, non-threatening. So I just let it happen with me sitting there. And then eventually when the other cat decides to come downstairs, by that time, everybody's pretty much come upstairs and met each other. I've never had any big issues.
Yeah.
That's
great. I don't give them a choice. They have to get along.
Yeah.
It's true.
I've worked in rescue for years, and that's why I have so many. But I'm not taking it anymore. I mean, I turned 60 this year, and there's only so much I can do. There's only so long I can be on my knees scooping 15 cat litter boxes, right?
It's a lot. I mean, I scoop every day, but then I also have 2 litter robots, and for some reason they only poo in the litter robots, and then they pee in the rest of the boxes. So that seems to be more. I don't know why they have this like thing about like I only poo in the one that. I mean, I'm not crazy about the litter robots in that like. I feel like it's a little unnatural for them. Like, I don't think I would ever want to train them to poo in the actual toilet.
No, that's bad.
I don't think they would like
bad.
it.
Don't do that.
I don't think they would like
it. Or bury or anything.
It's just
they
so
love
against their nature. Yes.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry, but there are 4 of us living in this house with 2 bathrooms. I don't need a cat on the toilet when I need to use it. Okay. I don't need to talk about resource guarding. That's my bathroom.
Yeah. Right. They are curious about it though. Like one of my litter robots is right across from my toilet. So sometimes we go together and that's really spiritual because we'll look in each other's eyes, especially Sarong and I will just stare at each other.
I was just going to ask you that awkward eye contact while you're pooping. I mean, that's lovely.
It's never awkward. It's like it's really spiritual because they always like turn around to look at me because usually they'll like turn and face the back.
Right.
But when I'm on the toilet, they'll turn around and like lock eyes.
They know you're a captive audience.
Yeah.
They're very sweet. It's very sweet.
Yes. I never do. I can't even shut the door to go to the bathroom because somebody's out there. And my Warren had a meow that sounded very much like hello. And he would just sit outside the door and go, hello, hello. You cannot do your business while there's somebody on the other side going, hello.
Didn't one of my cats jump on your shoulder when you're trying to go to the bathroom?
Yes.
Was it
I
Sweetie
think
Pie?
Cute.
it was either Sweetie Pie or Simba. I was thinking it was Simba, but yes,
Yeah.
I
That sounds
used
like a
your
Simba
toilet
thing.
with your cat stole around my neck. It was, it was a new thing, but I'm always open for new things. I'm good.
So cute.
So you're getting ready to tour again, Margaret. I understand that you use Meowtel pet sitters, right?
I do.
I sold my company to Meowtel. I owned Just for Cats pet sitting for 17 years. And
Yes.
I sold it to them, and Sonia's just awesome. I love her.
Yeah, they're in love with their cat sitter, and she's a real lifesaver. My cat sitter is she's so incredible with them, and they adore her.
Aww.
So it makes me feel really safe and really good, but I think eventually it's something like, maybe I keep thinking, maybe they'll come with me if I tour, but I don't know. I would have to get a tour bus. I would be scared. I think they would have to get used to it. Lucia goes on tour with me, the dog.
Yeah. But if you have 3 cats going on tour, we just interviewed Callie McCullough. She's a Canadian country music singer, and she got a kitten. She plans to take Kitty on the road with her. That's 1 cat, but with 3, it would be a little harder.
Yeah, I think it would be hard just because, you would be scared if they would get out or something. But if they got used to being in the bus or something, that might work out.
Right.
But I'm hoping maybe at some point I'll become bi-coastal. So then if I have a place in New York, then I can just drive in between maybe these big road trips. We'll see. But that's just sort of my ideas. But yeah, I'm touring. I do shows a lot, but usually right now I'm just doing Fridays and Saturdays. So the rest of the week I'm home with the kitties.
That's nice. You're going to be in North Carolina in August, a couple hours away from me.
Yes.
I'm going to see.
We're stalking you. Nothing.
Yes, you'll have to come. I would love for you to come. That would be really great. I think that it's to me, it's just I'm really sad to have this whole pandemic happen, because I really love doing stand-up comedy, but it's also a blessing because it's allowed me to open my home to these beautiful cats.
Love it.
Yeah,
it's been a mixed blessing for us too. We took the opportunity to sell off the pet sitting and concentrate on the cat behavior and the development of our awesome show that we love to do. We get to meet so many wonderful people like you.
Yeah.
Especially that you're involved with, rescue and getting the word out that, there's cats and dogs out there that really need homes.
So many. And I think that a lot of times now that people think, because of the pandemic, everybody's adopted all the animals in shelters. That's not true. A lot of people have brought them back. Yeah. Because they don't realize what a huge responsibility taking on a life is.
Yes.
And so it's still very important. And that's why I think that I need to be rescuing more animals, because there's lots of space in my life for that. And I love it.
Well, and you get, again, I've got 11 cats. There's one behind me on the bed. The rest of them are heaven knows where. And that was my lesson being raised with dogs. I brought a cat home, and then I was like, she said we should really have 2. So we got the second one, and I'm like, they're all sleeping somewhere. I want someone in my lap. So you just keep bringing in more until you have somebody around you.
Yes.
That brought me to 7. And then Nikki having to come home with her babies brought us to 9.
You actually had 8 for a minute, because
I did have 8 for a moment. Yeah. So then Warren had a stroke. So that's the other hard thing. They don't live very long. It's heartbreaking.
I know.
So difficult, but
it's hard. But I think what's really maybe since I have a lot of young cats, maybe an older kitty might be a good thing. I think that's another thing of older animals need to have a chance as well.
That's my heart. We're actually looking to start a 501c3. We were going to do a senior cat sanctuary, but I just don't know if I could deal with all the deaths and losing them all. So we're going to start doing outreach first to help other rescues and shelters. And, who knows, we may end up with we've been talking about the sanctuary forever. We may end up with it. So the last few I've adopted have been seniors. 2 of them are still with me. 2 of them only were with me for a month before they passed. And that was hard.
It's hard. Yeah. But then you got to have them have a great end of life, which is just as great as a beginning of life.
Agree.
It's that what a treasure to be able to be with a cat as they transition. That's such a magical thing.
It is.
So I think that's beautiful. Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one, and these are the kinds of people we want to help, people are finding themselves, people are passing away, obviously, at a rapid rate now that COVID's here. And then there's this animal. What do we do with them? And the cat's 12, or we talked to a gentleman that had a senior cat with diabetes, and he just couldn't keep up with her care. And he was going to euthanize her because he just didn't see any other choice. She was 15. So Rita took her, had her about a month before she passed, Mimi. But yeah, it's
and
that,
I had the original owners come, so we euthanized her together, and she got to have everyone around her.
Oh, that's nice.
It really helped them. Well, it just broke my heart. And then another one, Maxwell, I took in. I had him for about a month. Yeah. Somebody kicked him out. I took him in about a month, then he passed. But you're right. They got to have some love at the end, and they didn't have to suffer or die outside alone someplace.
No, it's just really sad. So I think that it's really a beautiful thing to be able to offer a space for aging animals. I learned how to give injections because Sacre-Cœur broke her growth plate. So she had like kind of a hard time healing it. So, I mean, now she's back on the cat tree and the pole. She's riding the pole and the
have you talked to her about this?
The one fast cat wheel. She's the only one that runs on that wheel. I have like the treadmill wheel. So she runs on that. That's right across from the cat food casino, because I put all these like dry food puzzles on a table. So they have like
I love that.
Casino. And then there's the gym, which is the cat wheel next to it.
You're so good.
Because they need to know, like, you have to work out if you're going to eat all this food. They have to win the food and then also work out, but only Sacre-Cœur does it. But I learned how to give injections for her leg. And so I feel like I'm prepared to deal with things like that, because people are often like squeamish about that sort of little level of veterinary care. I think I could do that.
The first one is always that one of, oh my gosh, I'm stabbing my cat, but then it's easy peasy. And
I taught Linda how to do it, and she was nervous at first, but now you're fine with it.
Nobody wants to stick a needle in a cat, but after you've done it once, you're like, okay, I got this.
It's fine. I mean, it's kind of like I think, it's like it hurts us more than it hurts them.
It does.
Yes.
So but it's good to know. It's to keep them healthy. It's good.
Yes. Rita used to give the diabetes injections to Mimi when she was eating, and she never flinched, turned around. She just keeps eating her wet food. And it's like, she didn't know anything happened.
The harder thing is the sub-Q fluids. That's a little harder to do.
Oh, in the neck?
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing with putting the needle in, but then you have to hold them still while this bag goes into them. That's the problem.
Right. That's a little challenging, but I think it's worth it for all of the health that we can give them,
Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
And giving them the best. Yes.
So what else are you involved with these days, Margaret?
I am just doing a lot of stuff. I'm doing a lot of voiceover stuff. I'm doing a lot of scooping and ear cleaning and nail cutting. That means there's 28 nails. 28. There's so I have to cut so many nails. 40. There's so many nails that I have to cut every day because for Sphinx cats, their nails grow twice as fast.
Do they really?
Yeah, they grow so fast. So that I have to clip them, but I don't want to Pareto anybody.
Yeah.
So that I never restrain any of my cats anytime. So I can just get one or two nails at a time.
We do that.
Yeah, there's a nail cutter. This is my grooming station.
Nice.
There's
you are so set.
Toothpaste and Q-tips and eye wipes and little things, because they also get blackheads sometimes. So I have to do toner on their face.
Yeah.
And so I get one or two nails, and there's nail cutters on every surface.
Yeah.
If they're still, I'll get a nail here and a nail there.
That's smart.
We have that. There's some sitting at my husband's desk, and when somebody jumps up, he's like, one nail on Baka, and then we're on to the next one.
Yeah, it's hard. It's the toothbrushing. Uju likes toothbrushing, and Lucia doesn't mind it, but the other two are not having it. And so I can get one tooth and then it's over. Yeah. The back teeth I'm still working on.
Better one than none. And you keep working on it and they get more used to it. And especially, do you give them a special treat after you do it?
Yeah, I give them a churu, a little bit of a churro. There's actually a Japanese toothbrush that I got that has you put a churro inside and then the toothbrush is on the outside and then they chew it and then the toothbrush massages their teeth and gums.
Nice.
I mean, it's kind of messy because the churro sort of gets everywhere, but
Yeah.
Sure.
they will accept that.
Hey,
Okay,
whatever they will
you may
accept.
do that, Mom.
Exactly. Whatever they will accept. I
They
think
will
that's
accept it.
a huge misconception. People come to us, they want us to tell them how to discipline their cat to make them stop doing this thing. And it's like, no, it's
You
all
don't do
psychology.
that.
You have to make the cat not want to, because it's
That's
all about
right.
the cat.
Some things
That's
they'll
right.
just like do, like I put tinfoil on the kitchen counters because they were like jumping up there, but then
Yeah.
like Uju's just sitting in there because he likes tinfoil. So,
I had
there's
that
some things you
problem.
just
Yeah.
can't. I mean, the only thing that really scares me is that I don't like them to get near the stove.
Right.
So what I do when I'm cooking is I put them on this side of the house.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then when the stove is cooled down, then they can go to that side, because I
Yes.
can't figure out, like I tried the S-Cat, the
Yeah.
air sprayer.
I was going to suggest that. Yep.
They
Didn't work.
well, the deaf one, Sacre-Cœur, kept shutting it off and then didn't know what it was and couldn't hear it. But she would feel the air and she
Yeah.
would just be like curious. And so she kept setting it off. And so they would just be out.
So we went through a whole can in 2 hours, and
They didn't really, and the other ones, actually it worked for the other ones, but with Sacre-Cœur kept setting it off. So then it would be out and then they would just be up there anyway. So it doesn't really bother me. And I have a way that I can cook without them being in there. And I don't
Sure.
care if they're on there all the time. It doesn't really matter, but
yeah, I gave
Linda
up that
and-
like a long time ago.
Linda
It's
and I
hard.
used that the spiky stuff. Do you have it near you?
oh, I have the it's like a rug runner,
It's
but I
similar.
put the, yes.
But it's
Yeah.
spiky. Yes. I keep this piece handy to talk to clients, because it's made to like put in your flower garden or your vegetable garden to keep the animals out.
Yes.
But it also keeps them off,
Yeah.
because Rita, when she bought her new home, bought herself a really fancy smart 65-inch TV that the
Yeah.
cats knocked down in 2 weeks and killed.
Oh,
I had it for a
Yeah.
whole 2 weeks. Yeah.
She's still mourning the TV, because I keep
Mhm.
bringing it up probably, but and so so as soon as that happened, I bought that stuff and put it underneath my TV on the dresser for her.
oh
I'm like,
yeah.
Smart.
That how I put that where I keep the wand cat toys. I have
Yes.
like a cabinet there, and since they're so tall, I can't put them in the cabinet. So I put it on top of put the spike mat on top of the cabinet so they don't knock over the wand toys to get them.
yes,
So I think I should try to figure out how to store them. I wish that there was some kind of maybe like a big umbrella stand that
Mhm.
they couldn't tip over. That would probably be
Yes.
good. But the spike mat sort of keeps them away from the wand toys. And it's not fun if mommy's not playing with them anyway. So
That's true. Yeah. If you're not
Yeah,
going
they
to make
can
a
get-
fuss, it's really not worth doing.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to get wound up in it.
Tangled up.
E-
Right.
Exactly.
Tangled up in it. So,
Exactly.
But they're good about not going up there.
That's good.
And then for the kitchen, like I put a huge cat tree in the kitchen so they could watch me cooking. So that helps a
Nice.
little bit too.
Yes. Yeah. If they want to be where you are,
Yes.
They do.
Rita has this bonus room over her garage, and she made it the cat room. No one's in there because she's not in there, right? It's like,
Right.
I told her you need to turn that into, I don't know, a studio or something, but
I do. That's
wasted
the plan
space.
next.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
wasted space. The cats couldn't care less, because there's
When
no
I feel comfortable letting people in the house again because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm not
scary.
comfortable yet. Not yet.
Right.
Yeah. It's still going. So
Do you worry
yeah.
about that, Margaret? When you're going to start touring again, you're going to be out and
Yes.
about.
Definitely. I worry about the audience. Like I just don't want anybody to get sick there. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So I'm still very cautious about everything. And,
Yeah.
I've definitely been very kind of conservative. Like every place I go now and do shows, everybody's wearing a mask in the audience,
Good.
which is
Mhm.
great.
Good. Yes.
We'll see. I'm very cautious about it. I'm very nervous about anybody getting sick. I'm triple vaccinated. I want to get a fourth vaccine. I want all the vaccinations.
I don't blame you. I mean,
I got an arm
nobody
here. I
does.
got an arm here. I got a couple legs. Like,
Yeah,
I
just
got
do
the
it all.
J&J, and I hear now I'm going to need 2 boosters. So
Mhm. But the
So you
J&J
didn't-
I heard is very good if it like the longer you have it, the more antibodies grow after.
oh,
Oh.
that's good.
all
So
right.
that's the advantage of Johnson&Johnson. I know they all have different
Mhm.
advantages. Also, if
Yeah.
you get an mRNA after you get the J&J, you have exponential immunity
Yes.
after that. So
Yes.
it's definitely
About-
it's
well, it's been
definitely
about
good.
a year. since-
Yeah.
not
So in
quite
a
year.
way, it's a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
definitely.
so. Yeah.
Linda lost her son-in-law to COVID.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the beginning
I'm
of
so
all
sorry.
this.
So hard.
It is. And it was, of course we miss them every day and it's devastating, but it's not just us,
Yeah.
you can't throw something without hitting somebody who's lost somebody,
So much
to COVID.
loss.
And
Yeah.
it's everywhere. And people have lost, both their parents at the same time or their whole family, or, it's heartbreaking. So,
It's really tragic.
we are not alone. And,
No.
yeah, you
Another
just keep
reason we love
going.
our cats, though.
Yeah,
'cause
we'll get through it because we
For
have
sure.
cats.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. How crazy would you be, Rita? You live alone. If you didn't have your cats, you'd be losing your mind.
we assume she lives alone. That's
No, I was talking to you, sweetheart.
Oh, me.
I know you live alone.
I live alone. No,
And
I don't.
I live alone too. I love
You
it.
do too?
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
with the animals.
Well, yeah.
But you're never alone.
Never alone.
Sometimes I'd like to kick my other family members out and try living alone for a while, but that is not the case.
Just
My
one
husband's
one
getting
day without somebody constantly on my lap, but I would miss it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
We go on trips somewhere and we're at a hotel. And the first night it's like, nobody's going to bother me. Nobody's going to wake me. We are cat free. And the next night we're like, can we borrow some cats for the hotel room until we,
Actually, the next morning I'm like, where's my cat pictures from my cat sitter?
I know. That's why I love my cat sitters, that she sends them right away.
Yeah.
Yes.
And multiple videos. I mean,
Yes.
I think
It helps.
it's unusual that nobody's come to sit on my lap, because usually they don't even let me cross my legs because there'll be one on each leg.
Of course.
I understand that completely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hysterical to watch her. They will literally line up. Like she's laying on the bed on her side one time when I was there, and there's somebody here and somebody here. And there's literally a train of cats like waiting to take their turn to get up to mom's face. It was. I took the picture just seeing all the cats. And then I looked at the picture and I was like, they're lined up. Look.
Waiting their turn, except for Picasso and Brownie, because they're both still semi-feral.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
You're going to make me cry because I love them so much.
I know.
They're so beautiful. That's so great.
It is. It really is. We love our babies. Yes.
So where can people find out about your tour and where you're going and all of that?
They can find out at margaretcho.com. Also, I have a lot of cat and dog videos on TikTok at the Margaret Cho and at Margaret_Cho on Instagram. There's much cat and dog content on those platforms.
I follow you there. I've seen.
Yes.
Oh, good.
I love it.
Yes.
And also Twitter at Margaret Cho on Twitter too. So there's lots of stuff.
There you go. Good.
Yeah.
And so then they can get your tour schedule and everybody can come see you and whatever you're doing next. You seriously shocked me on The Masked Singer. I was like, she's got a killer voice. Like I fell in love with you as an actress, American Girl. I was so angry that didn't get a second season. And then moved to your stand up. And then I'm like, she can sing. And
well, thank you very much.
You got it all, girl.
Keep us in mind if you ever need any behavior help. We're happy to give you a session for free.
I would love that. Thank you so much. Yes. I'm sure I will be hitting you up at some point for sure.
Please do. And if you've got something coming up you want to blast out, you are welcome back anytime, girlfriend, because I could keep you talking for days, but Mark will start giving me faces and telling me to shut up.
Oh, well, I'm such a fan of yours, and so thank you so much for putting out such great content for cat lovers.
Well, we are huge fans of yours, and I'm so grateful that you came on our show.
It's so honoring to hear you say that you're a fan of ours.
I'm a big fan. Pet Life Radio. Molly.
Yes.
Zeus. That's not your food. I know that's not your show, but it's the ad that I always hear on your show.
It is. Yes. And Mark Winter, our amazing owner and producer and everything at Pet Life Radio. He makes all those little jingles, and he's a songwriter. And
that's my wife who does that commercial.
Oh, it's your wife that does the jingles.
And Molly's our cat, and Zeus was our dog. He passed away last month.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
So that's Michelle doing that commercial.
Yeah.
That's
I did not know you were married to her until.
Oh, but Dennis is still around, right?
Oh yeah,
Dennis is
here. He's sleeping out on the catio.
A good boy.
Yay.
Well, we have to thank Mark for giving us the space on Pet Life Radio. We're so appreciative. As always, I always thank my awesome BFF, Linda Hall. I can't
My
thank
pleasure
you
as
enough,
always.
Margaret, for coming on the show. You're
Thank
welcome
you.
back anytime.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we're not worthy. So we love you.
Love you. Thank you.
Too.
Thanks.
Everyone, every day is Catter Day. Don't forget.